The three belly button chomo Stephan Stearns got relocated to another prison, the same prison Nicholas Cruz is at, Wauchula Correctional Institution. Now, former Florida inmates all across YouTube have expressed their opinions on Stephan Stearns, and if he was actually in a prison where there was violence, he would get touched.
His name is Stephan Stearns, and
Who's that?
he's a man who married, or not married, but was dating a chick, and the chick had a child, and the child was about, I would say, 9 when they met, and he took advantage of the child all the way till she was 13, and then he offed her. He took her off the planet. He was convicted. Everybody was pushing for the death penalty.
So he killed the child?
Yes.
I don't even want to hear about him because we tortured him.
Shout out to everybody on these YouTube streets. You got the two greatest hosts here, Ronnie Blue Eyes, DVS Stuck in the System. We're here to cover this Stephan Stearns call, but we were just talking behind the scenes, Ronnie. We were talking about kicking habits and letting go of this marijuana that is not really good for you anymore.
Yeah, buddy. I've been doing good, man. I've been hitting the gym. I've been eating a lot more, gaining weight, smoking less. Like I said, drinking less soda, drinking more water, and it's working, bro. First time in my life, I've been smoking since I was 11 years old, all day, every day. Only time I didn't smoke is if I did a few nights in jail, if I was on probation or something like that. So this is actually the longest I've went without smoking. It's the most I ever weighed in my life, and I'm feeling great, looking good, feeling good. You know what I mean?
But I'll tell you this, man. I could tell the difference. I didn't know what it was, but it definitely was evolution and whatever it is, you decided to go in with
Yeah.
determination, and bro, it shows. So I just want to give
Dedication and
you
discipline. Yeah,
absolutely. I just want to
determination,
give you a
dedication, and discipline. I appreciate
real
that, homie.
salute, man, because it's not easy. People say it's easy, but it's a lot harder than what people
Yeah,
think it is.
facts. Especially when it's all you know, it's all you do all day, every day. It's like that's my vice. You know what I mean? Weed and soda. So I cut down on smoking. Been drinking less soda, drinking more water, and I'm up. I get my weight
Yeah,
up, homie.
and I just want to say shout out to all the recovering addicts out there. I salute to you. Every day is a struggle, but day by
Yeah,
day, one day at a time, it'll all work out. We're gonna
big
get right
facts.
into this Stephen Stearns call, man. I don't know
And,
what's going on, but we're definitely gonna get into it. Hopefully, he's not sending his father to go grab any
right,
kind
right.
of PDF files.
And
If
then,
you know,
yo,
you know.
another thing, my bad not to cut you off, but another
Nah,
thing
no
I just
worries.
want to add to give people motivation. I be going to the gym, working out, boxing, hitting the heavy bag, and ever since I cut down on the smoking, my stamina has been crazy. I've been hitting the heavy bag twice as high, twice as long, so it's working out, man. So if I could do it, anybody could do it. Let's go.
No, that's a whole fact, man. And you're definitely your motivation, because I've been talking about it for a while, but I've been slacking. I've been talking shit. I really not pulling through, but um, it's time, man. It's
Hell
time, and,
yeah.
and you doing what you're doing is a sign. So I'm just gonna go with it, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Sometimes it's good to be a follower,
Hell
respectfully.
yeah, let's go, dog.
Get it? Shout out to Focus from prison. You heard?
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry, I did have to wait 15 minutes to make a call again.
No problem. So how are you eating? What's the food like?
The food is terrible, and for a while they had me on a cardiac diet.
What's a
Because
cardiac diet?
heart healthy diet, basically, because my blood pressure was so ginormously high while I was here. And then I dropped 25 pounds in 2 months.
Really? Okay. Well, took care of the weight gain you put on.
Yeah, and then some, if this keeps up like it is, I'll be back to the same weight I was in high school within another week or so.
Yeah, I'm just a couple pounds shy of my weight from high school. I'm down to almost 170 pounds.
Well, I was 177.4 when they weighed me on May 1st.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What kind of part are you getting? Are you getting any out time, or they keep you locked up 23 and out one?
No, I'm just confined 24/7
You're not let out at all?
Nope. Just take showers and whatever, but to move back and forth, but that's it. Otherwise, I'm just strictly confined. People aren't even allowed to move when I'm out.
Shout out to 23-on-1, man. That's basically what's he's in.
Yeah.
So it's the 23 hours, and then you get the 1 hour of movement, depending on what day of the week it is. It could be either
Right.
shower, it could be phone calls, it might be commissary, but that hour is pretty much to get everything that you need to get done. And sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the times, when you're in the shoe or you got a confinement like that, you only get 3 showers a week. So you got to figure out a whole nother program to not move too much, sweat too much, unless you're into
Yeah.
taking bird baths and all that, which is fine and dandy. I
Better
get in
than
that
nothing.
water, no
You know
matter
what I
what.
mean?
Got to get in the water. There's no sharks in
Yeah.
there.
But it seems like homeboy kind of knew what time it was because he even knew about the hour. He's like, you ain't even getting your hour. You know what I mean?
Well, as pops is, you got to remember the prison genre is out there. Everybody's looking into the prison
Yeah.
genre. It's like a new fad. Everybody wants to be an inmate or be classified as some sort of a, jailer. But that shit is not cool. You know what I mean?
Not
But
at
that's where
all.
society is going right
Yeah,
now.
they want
That's
to be
like,
in the mix. Yep.
yeah. So he's gonna find it out. He's probably listening to Death 23-on-1. Like I said, shout out. It's where a lot of people get their information from. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see. But he's pulling a sob story. Long story short, he's just trying to make it seem a lot worse than what it is. He gets an
Right.
hour.
He throwing that
And
pity
moving
party.
around.
Absolutely.
Like they lock down everything around me when I'm moving.
You got any reading material, books or anything?
Yeah, mental health has been giving me some books. They've been printing out some Sudoku puzzles for me. So I've been trying to keep my mind occupied, but it's hard to get new books. And the books that I have, I've reread, 3-4 times a piece now at this point.
So we can arrange to ship books to you?
I think so. As I understand, Amazon packages are acceptable here.
Yeah, we need to know what kind of books to send you.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got a list of books that I can give to Sheila that she can pass along to you, hopefully.
Okay. You want to share some of the authors and the titles or something so we can jump on that now?
We do not. This is not promotion. Just want to say that. But I'm curious to see what books he's gonna shout out there.
Yeah, I'd like some Michael Crichton books.
Okay.
So things like Jurassic Park, Timeline, Sphere, Eaters of the Dead.
Wow.
Okay, so let that in. Okay.
And
Yeah. So give me the titles again.
Now, I just want to remind the viewers and the followers and first-time viewers as well. Stephan Stearns, his crime, Ronnie, if you remember,
Yep.
he was in an intimate relationship with his stepdaughter, and the mother knew about it, but just never spoke about it. The parents that he's speaking to right now knew about it and never said anything about it.
Crazy. It's sickening.
Actually, covered up to the point where their son could do no wrong. And if he
Right.
did, they would definitely not say anything about it.
Right.
So
Which is a form of them basically enabling them. You know what I mean? Definitely.
absolutely, man. I've said this quite some times before, man. The first people to know about these things and the signs of psychopathic tendencies, so all these things, parents are the first to see it.
Yeah.
Now, whether they
Absolutely.
address it or not,
Yeah. Go ahead, my bad.
whether they address it or not is the thing. Some
Exactly.
just ignore it and they try to veer away and like, oh, don't do that. I see it
Because
time and
there's
time again.
signs. Because there's signs,
Absolutely.
right? Like
Absolutely.
we've seen this in the past with some serial killers and stuff like that. They was harming animals, for example, as youngins. You know what I mean? And then they move on to bigger and crazier shit.
Yeah, people, all kinds of wild shit. But he was more into perversion. And I'm just
Right.
a little aggravated the way he said that book title. You know what I mean? He said it with such
Nah, yeah, I caught that. That was grimy.
Jurassic Park,
Okay.
Timeline,
All right.
Sphere,
Okay.
and Eaters of the Dead.
once again. Jurassic Park was a good book, but uh, you got to be into that kind of shit.
It's, if you remember the movie The 13th Warrior, it's the book that was based on.
Oh yeah, the 13th Warrior. That movie is fire, and that book right there. I'm pretty sure it's even more fire than the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just about all
I
the
like that
Antonio
movie.
Banderas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was based on that book.
Okay. All right.
Ready Player
I
One.
saw,
What?
Ready Player One.
I saw that movie.
Yeah. Well, the book is way better. And I guess maybe if you can get me a book on like card games or something like that. I'm going to try to pick up a deck of cards from Commissary so I can play solitaire or
so
whatever
yo,
when
hold
I get
up.
bored.
Are you familiar with that Ready Player One? It's almost
I
like a
am.
video game movie. All right, cool.
I on my last bid, they
On some
actually had
sci-fi shit. I seen the movie. I didn't read the book, but I'm
no. It's
familiar.
actually it's a good book. It is. They for whatever reason I was floating around the house that I was in. You know, the movie was good, but the book is always better.
Of course.
Yeah, it's floating around. It's definitely something that's intriguing. The movie was pretty hardcore too.
Yep.
Okay.
So
All right.
any book that has, basically the rules for the most popular card games, especially, card games for.
He's trying to get right. He's trying to get in the crowd. He's trying to be
Yeah.
accepted. He wants
Trying
to
to
be
get
able to get
shot.
in it.
Yeah. Trying to
He's
get
trying to
in the
get
mix.
trying to learn how to play spades on the low, son.
One.
What about a book of Sudoku games?
Yeah, that would be great too.
Okay.
And there's other stuff too, like Murder on the Orient Express, the Agatha Christie mysteries, or any of the Sherlock Holmes series.
Wow,
Okay.
it's pretty ironic, right?
Yeah. I
He's
caught that like the murder shit and the.
like trying to
He'll,
figure like cover shit like
yeah, he'll say
ugh.
like a few light ones and then slide in some. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, some dark
some
shit.
slide in some dark shit.
Things
Yep.
like that, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Moby Dick,
Whoa,
Jules Verne, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or Journey to the Center of the Earth.
man, there's a lot of other books that's out that you could be reading, man. I'm just saying, man.
Things like that
Yeah,
would
he
be good
went
too.
back. Moby Dick.
All right.
Classic,
Yeah,
but
and
goddamn,
like
bro.
there's a bunch of,
Right.
I've got like over 40 titles I have on the list, but I could pass that on to Sheila just to keep from overwhelming you guys now.
Okay.
Um,
I put money in your account.
okay. Like I said, I'll try to pick up a pack of playing cards on my next order, and I figured out some budget friendly items finally. I'm getting hard candies, so things like Starlight Mints, root beer barrels. Those are giving me good bang for my buck. One bag of root beer barrels is lasting me at least 3 days.
Candy, man. He's
And
got
I
probably
feel
got
like
sugar
eating it once.
problems. Those things are full of sugar, man. Ooh. That's old people shit. Remember how old people used to regulate their sugar? Those
Right.
little lemon drops and the ginger drops and the little candies in a dish. Remember?
Crazy.
That was around.
Yeah. Always had the little China dish full of
Yeah,
candies. And I
that
just
was
want to
really
say while we're
that was
that's some
control for diabetes.
yeah, that was some old school shit. You don't really see that shit no more unless you're in some type of like dentist office or doctors or something like that, or
You
like
know
a
what else you don't
lawyer's.
see anymore that I was saying that was crazy, bro? You don't ever see an old person now. You remember how they used to have their dentures in and they used to get like gummy and they used to like chew
Right.
on their gums? You could tell they had the dentures in, right? They would like, you know what I mean?
100%. Yep.
You don't see that shit no more, bro. You don't, I can't remember the last time I seen that.
Yeah, it's
That guy.
different.
Yeah, it's different now,
But I
man.
just want to say while we're here, rest in peace, Maddie Soto. Condolences.
Yeah, first and foremost, because let's not forget what the fuck he did.
Right.
He was grooming, had a sexual relationship with a minor, and kind of like made everybody okay with it that was in his immediate circle. And
Yeah, he
nobody
got
did or said
sentenced.
anything.
Exactly. He got sentenced to 21 life sentences in prison for murder and sexual battery of a 13-year-old. That's crazy. The I word and murder, like, it's real grimy shit.
Well, I think that I still have faith in the justice system when it comes to the prison system, and I believe that one day his time will come.
Oh, it's gonna catch up with him. Calm as a
Hmm.
motherfucker. That bitch will bite. Big
Yeah,
facts.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
And once again, rest in peace to little girl
Maddie
Soto,
Soto,
man.
the victims, definitely, and condolences to the families as always. YouTube
Yeah,
streets.
but the Mons is a piece of shit, though. Respectfully.
Snickers bar for a couple bucks and change. I can spend $1.95
Oh,
on a bag of root beer
100%.
barrels and get about 3 days
And
worth of
hold on,
enjoyment
that's a
out of
good
that.
point. My bad. But when we first started this, I wanted to point that out that in my eyes, at least, she's just as guilty as him for letting this happen. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what type of
The
mother?
parents are on the same board with that too. For me, anyway, that's just my opinion.
Exactly.
If you knew about it and you said nothing, you're a part of the problem, and you fucking condone that, and
They're a
you
piece
allowed
of
it to
shit, period.
progress into what it did. Fuck out of here.
Do you know if we
Facts.
can send you candy?
I don't know if that's going to be possible or not. I wish, because I love Mexican candy, but I don't think. I think I can only order through the commissary.
Yeah.
Everything on the commissary has gone up in price about 10 cents across the board.
Yeah.
So
Yo, so I'm actually gonna make a video on this sometime in the near future, but prison, right?
Yeah.
Never really made me appreciate the value of a dollar until I
Right.
had to appreciate the cents that I made while I was in prison.
Right. 100%.
I'm just, it's hardcore because 17 cents an hour or even 10 cents an hour, and then you get 425 or
Yeah.
447 and 2 weeks for the store. Bro, you're like, yo, what can I get on this commissary list that's gonna last me
Right.
2 weeks, or it's gonna, what's gonna hold me down? What's gonna put a little weight on me for the next week? Peanut
Right. Right.
butter and oatmeal, or pancake mix and
Tuna. Right.
oatmeal.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
his
You
father's over here, like, can we send you candy? Almost bringing him back to like that childhood, like behavior, enabling, like we was talking about in that way. Like he's still kind of cradling him, like, oh, can we send you some candy? He's like, I wish I like Mexican candy. Like, I know it's his son, but he's acting like he's still a little boy. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
No, he definitely has a privilege, a sense of privilege still, which
Oh
is
yeah,
wild.
I was getting coffees and then the artificial sweeteners, but now with the coffee and the artificial sweetener together, that's about 96 cents per cup, which the coffee alone is now 85 instead of 75, so I think I'm going to say goodbye to the artificial sweetener and just take the coffee black and regular.
Okay.
Just to say.
Good old John Wayne, man. You gotta get on the planes, man. Sometimes it's like that. You gotta do a good old black cup of coffee, John Wayne it with no
yeah.
sugar.
And that's a good point that you brought up too. I can sense the sense of entitlement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's got an entitlement that I don't think you could take away even after the life sentence. Even to the day, his last day, he's gonna have that entitlement.
Yep.
It's crazy, sick actually.
Money because I'm trying to push it up to almost $1 a coffee now.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I get sleeves of saltine crackers. That comes with about 40 crackers in it for about $1.75. So that's decent bang for my buck too. I can crunch on a few of those in between meals or when I just want something in my stomach. And I was getting some drink mixes like Hawaiian Punch. That was about $4.60, and I could get about 16 servings out of that. But I have to buy the whole box for $4.60, and between that and the coffee and the saltines and the hard candies, it just gets to be too much for order.
Damn, I'm wondering now, like, what is his limit on commissary? Because I usually, you know what I mean. Like, if you got 125 limit buy, you can sustain yourself. If you can reach the whole 25, even a 95 or a $75
Right.
buy
Right.
on 125 limit, you can sustain yourself with
Kind of pace
just
yourself. Yep.
with the essentials. Like you can get like they sell individual bags and then they sell the big bags, a Keef
Right.
or whatever it is. But it's always best to go with the Keef because shit is fire. It's cost cheap. It's not Folgers, none of that other crazy shit.
Right.
It stays within the budget. You know what I mean? Get those with some sugar, some creamer. Might be able to get some crackers, like he said. Fish. You need protein. You need your soups. You need your bulk pancake
Hell
mix.
yeah.
It all depends. But I think he might have a small limit on a commissary vibe for whatever reason, because that's sounds like he's fucking penny pinching for real.
Well, I wonder if we could send you playing cards, or you have to get, no, probably got to get that through the commissary. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, probably have to get it through the commissary. But I did get toothbrush and toothpaste, and I've got deodorant. So that's good. That's an improvement.
How are you sleeping?
Not great, because the places that they're isolating me right now, which is the Bravo pod and the medical pod, are places where they keep people that have some serious mental health issues. So, you have a lot of banging on the doors, screaming throughout the night, and just generally lunatic behavior surrounding you and keeping you awake all night.
Well, you should have used to that with the dogs barking.
Yo, hold
Yeah,
on. I was
it's a
just
little
gonna
different.
say, imagine this lunatic calling people imagine this scumbag calling people lunatics, this dirtbag, this dirtball,
Well,
eh,
he's a
eh,
psychopath. He's a
yeah,
different kind of. He has a different side of mental health. You got
right.
to remember, they're at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Even though
jerk
he's not
off.
the strongest,
Right.
he has a fucked up way of thinking. You know what I'm
And his
saying? So
father's like, "Oh, you should be used to that from the dogs barking." But I wouldn't be surprised, to piggyback off of what you said before, if he wasn't being extorted or like people weren't taking his commissary. You know what I mean?
well, I'm pretty sure, right? So I'm pretty sure he's in a mental health unit, and in a mental health unit, there's really no laws or codes that motherfuckers are living by. Motherfuckers are making shit up as they
Right.
go to benefit them.
But
And
people are victimizing people everywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's all.
yeah, but there's so in general population and I don't know, in New York State, this is all I can speak of. Um, there's a lot of things that you don't do, right?
Right.
In general population. Nobody associates with child molesters. Nobody associates with known rats. Nobody associates with anybody with fucked up charges that are, you know, beyond because it shows that
Coming back from, yeah, it's mandatory.
it shows what kind of character you have and what kind of man you are
Exactly.
if you decide to say, yo, this is the kind of person I want to deal with. So um you know it's not
Yeah, you
something
are the
that's
company you keep type shit.
it's
Yep.
not something that's allowed. It's not something that's a practice of, yo, let me get and extort him, and yo, let me friendly
Right. Right.
there's none of that. It's, yo, they are exiled and they are ostracized and they're like walking dead, and
Yeah.
they usually sign themselves out. They usually sign in before
Exactly.
anybody even gets crazy with them, because if they don't, it's gonna get bad.
But yeah,
So
but we
you
definitely seen in some states, like you might have like a dropout, right? That was like an ex gang member. They're definitely gonna take advantage of somebody like this. That still got bad
that
childhood
would be
with
like
it.
in a special unit or a
Oh
special
yeah, definitely in
certain
PC. That's what I meant to
house,
say. Yeah.
you know what I mean, or a mental health unit, or one of them scumbag units where like anything can go down and there's no rule or law.
Exactly.
Um, Maybe I could see that
No rules
happening.
of regulation, no routine and
Yeah,
program.
no
Right. Right.
code of conduct,
It's
no
just
no
it's
no
just
convict
chaos. No
code,
fun. Yeah.
nothing.
Exactly. No
Yeah, it's
code of
just
conduct.
whatever. So he might be living and he might be paying to live and he might be feeding somebody for protection, and he might be in a small unit where that can be accepted because they're all
Right.
in there, they're all fucked up. It's just somebody might be more aggressive than him and be able to take advantage of the situation,
Never know.
even though
Yep.
they're all mentally challenged. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then that, the dogs aren't hearing voices that are telling them to do horrible things until next to you.
Yeah, you just don't understand what you're saying. That's the difference.
Yeah, maybe not. They're probably just as crazy as anybody here, I'm sure.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
That's how much they stay confined. I spoke to the mental health director the other day, and she confirmed that these phone calls are also public records. So literally the news channels can walk in and say, hey, I want his phone calls, and they can't suppress that.
Yeah.
So obviously we got to be careful about what we're talking about, which is why I don't want to get into too much
Yo,
detail about the case or anything pertaining to it until
that's
at least, the
crazy.
trial is well underway.
So
You
yeah,
hear what he's saying? He's like, yo, these, he's letting them know, just in case you don't know, just like they told you at the beginning of this phone call, it is being monitored to subject to recording, etc., etc. But he's letting them know, like, hey, anyone can pull this out and react to it, like the YouTube streets,
that's
like
right.
we doing now, ride with us.
Shout out the phone calls from prison once again, man.
Salute.
Okay.
Basically, in regards to, the minimum sentences and all that, I mean, if the charges stay at the level they're at and every one of them sticks, obviously that's going to be an issue. So I really need to get them de-escalated because they've been artificially escalated up to the maximum level as it is, and try to mitigate somewhat and try to salvage the situation any way I can.
Well, obviously that's all going to be sorted out, but okay.
Ask Sheila to give you the definition of first degree, because apparently it doesn't mean what we thought it did. It doesn't mean premeditated murder. There's something that has to do with it happened.
Listen carefully, right? Because they have to have some kind of knowing that he's the one that did this, right? And they're still on his side trying to figure out this, which
Yeah.
is pretty fucking crazy to me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It's a little
I mean,
girl,
some
man.
would call it unconditional love. I would call it sick, sadistic shit, like sick shit, sadistic, and it's like pure. It's either delusion or enabling, but I think it's straight up enabling his behavior.
Listen, man. I'm sorry, man. I would not be able to. I would not be able to tolerate this. I would not be able to do this.
Hell no.
This would be a very different story.
He still
But
got the pacifier
everybody's different, man. They've been enabling this shit and allowing this for a very long time.
from the jump, right?
And this is a monster that they created.
Exactly.
In the course of it or after it, but it's
Well,
not
the charge
what you
on
think.
the piece of paper that they gave you says premeditated murder.
Oh,
And Ronnie, wouldn't that be like he was in an intimate relationship with a minor, right? He had to know that eventually he was going to get exposed. Something was going to come to the light, and what was he going to do?
Exactly. And they created this monster, and it's like they're still feeding that beast, like that dark side, that ugly, that evil side.
There's a frequency that I believe people can read, and it's sickening. The undertone of what they're communicating in an undertone, right?
Exactly.
And
the energy is real. Energy don't lie.
yeah, and it's sick. For those who know, you know.
If you know,
Shout out to all the
know.
seers out there, man.
No? Yeah.
Celtic blood, man. It's running,
Yeah.
it's running wild. It's running wild.
Yeah. Well, again, all that will come out in the wash once.
I mean, obviously, it's all bullshit.
Once they get sent out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's bullshit. Those two are my favorite people in the world. So, I mean, there's no reason I would want, especially no reason I would ever want her gone for any reason.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know what basis they have for making that charge or that claim. As I understand it, I think the truth just doesn't matter too much to them. They're just trying to hit me as hard as they can. Truth be damned.
Yeah.
And with all the negative media coverage and all that, it's what they can get the jury to believe in. As far as I'm concerned, the jury pool is probably tainted, as tainted as it can be at this point. They're going to be willing to believe the worst. And I'm probably winding up to have a not very fair trial.
yeah.
So,
Evidence doesn't lie, man. Ronnie, the fact that he was intimately involved with this young girl, and everybody allowed it to take place. They allowed her to sleep in the same bed as him, right? It's sickening. So
Yeah.
what the fuck are they talking about?
Disgusting. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes, they do. But the thing is that.
So we'll just, again, we're in the dark. We're clueless as to what's going on. So, I guess when you hear it, we'll hear it. But until then, we'll try try to get you some books and try to sort all this out when it starts to be played out, so we can get a better understanding of what's going on, because we're just totally in the dark about all this.
Yeah, and when you're ordering stuff on Amazon for me, like the books, do you know how it needs to be addressed?
I will get that information before I do that.
Well, I have the information right here in front of me if you want it.
Okay, just a second. Okay, go ahead.
So it's going to be inmate name and identification number.
All right, inmate name and ID. Okay.
Osceola County,
Okay.
P.O. Box 9127.
9127.
So as they're going over this, giving this information, get this books or whatever delivered. Thinking about a Tommy G interview that I just saw, they were talking about how what's the new trend when it comes to catching predators, and how they're doing it. Some are exposing them, and some are putting
Right.
hands on them, right?
Some ain't doing nothing at all. It's crazy.
Yeah,
They just
some are
making
doing so
false
much that they can't
decisions.
do nothing at all because they can't even
Right.
get to the court dates, and these motherfuckers are walking free, right?
Right.
Respectfully. So they were talking about, some are more like bullies than anything when they come around and they catch them and they slap them on camera and all that, right? And then some are, really trying to expose people to let it be known, listen, this person right here is not a good person. They're doing,
Right.
sadistic shit, and they're,
And
volatile.
they're online. They're interacting with people that's still a danger to society. They could be interacting with underage or
But
minors
I
that are still online. You know what I mean?
and I was
Social
thinking a
media.
little bit deeper when it came to, the ones that were putting hands on the Chesters and the weirdos. My thing is this, right? What happens when he walks away? He eats the slaps. He eats the, you know, that that filth and the
Right.
disgust that he's gonna
Now
feel.
he's even more
What
mad. He's gonna go take it out
so
on
what
someone
happens?
else.
Yeah, so what
What
happens when
happens
he
after?
finally does catch
Right.
a child, or he has a situation where he can take that anger and then be a little bit more cautious? He might say, "Yo,
Yeah. So you're talking
yeah, I
about
gotta clean it."
yeah, you're talking my bad. I was gonna say you're talking about the reverse effect. Like, so these, instead of being scared straight, he might
It's
double
it
down and take his anger out on somebody.
and
Yeah,
become a
that's
little bit
crazy.
more smarter on how he's doing things. He
Right.
might fall into the mist, and you might never see him again. He just might be doing sadistic shit that he gets so smart. He's like, "Yeah, I don't ever want to feel like that again."
Right,
I,
right,
I
right. So if
you
you're
know
gonna
what I mean?
do it all the way. Whether you're gonna smash them out, get rid of them, get them locked up, whatever it is, they gotta go. You know.
Uh, Listen, man, I haven't thought that far ahead. I should have. I mean, you know, I'm just saying that what good is it really doing unless you
Right.
like you said, you know what I mean? You
What
just
happens
prune them.
after?
You got to
Right,
prune them,
right.
man. Prune them respectfully.
Seminole, Florida.
Okay. I know it's going over to okay. Florida. Okay, zip.
33775 dash 9127.
All right, so inmate name and ID, Osceola County, P.O. Box 9127, Seminole, Florida, 33775-9127.
Correct.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'll just make sure that the packages are approved by the administration, because they will not be permitted unless they're previously approved by administration. So when mental health comes to talk to me, I'll make sure that we can have that approved so that you guys can send that to me, because I presume Amazon counts as a distributor.
A publisher, yes.
Yeah, publisher and distributor. So that should
Yeah.
be doable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could have that.
All right. So, if you call back in a couple of days, I'll probably have an idea of what we ordered and what's coming.
All right, perfect. And
All right.
I'll ask to talk to mental health tomorrow just to make sure that that is in fact going to be approved for me. Otherwise, I'll have to return it to sender.
Okay. All right.
So,
Should I hold off until you do?
yeah, just hold off until I know that it's approved, just so I can get confirmation from them, and then I'll give you a call ASAP and let you know. that it's approved.
Okay.
All right, just keep that information handy in the list, and then I'll provide my book wish list to Sheila so that she can give you anything else that she needs.
Stephan, find out if you can get any of the candies that you want, or the
You can't.
Amazon.
You can't. Well, okay. After that.
Cradling the
Mama's
baby,
love.
man. Yeah,
Mama's
it's
love,
crazy,
man.
man. And it's like from where I'm sitting and where I stand on this whole shit, it's like they kind of just waiting, like the father and the family. It's like they waiting for this shit to play out. Like they're waiting for it to play out so they lay it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of
They can
just
move
waiting.
on. And I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they don't. They want to make sure that they're, kind of free and clear of any kind of wrongdoing, because, if it was to go that deep, you know what I mean?
right.
Fuck.
And what I meant to say, they're waiting for them to lay it out so they could play it out. They're kind of just waiting.
Yeah, they're about play-by-play type shit.
Yeah, because they'd be coming straight from Amazon. So just see if that is allowed.
1 minute.
I can ask, but I can guarantee that it's probably not going to be allowed.
Yeah.
Same for you.
All right. Sounds like we're on a minute countdown here.
Yep, on the minute countdown. Well, guys, I'm working to get this mitigated. The mental health director said that just the trial process alone could take up to 2 or 3 years to complete. She's seen other high-profile cases in here that took that long to get through it, so I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to keep you guys updated as much as I can.
Okay.
Understood.
All right. I love you very much, and I'll call you back for the next couple days, okay?
All right. Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next
YouTube
episode.
streets. Yeah.
As always, shout out to phone calls from prison. You were.
Boom.
Yo.
So you can see the very like childlike mindish, you know what I mean? He's almost like get your handy dandy notebook. It's very like immature. It's crazy. They cradling him.
I was getting like he was acting like he was some sort of like professional, talking to some sort of like secretary, trying to get shit together. Like he's real formal with this shit, and it's
Yeah.
scary how formal he is, because it's like
He's real casual with the shit at the same time. He's almost coming across like a spoiled little brat, like entitled, like we said.
yeah, it's crazy because everything leads up to you being guilty even before you got to trial, right? And no matter how anybody wants to try to like sidestep and move pieces of the puzzle and say, yo, those who knew what time it was and knew this motherfucker was no good.
And did nothing about it. It's a sick world we live in these days.
Well, not only that, but viewers, people that have been following the case, people that have been seeing the fuckery from the very beginning. It started off with just fuckery soup. Right. So it's not hard to tell, man. We all knew what was taking place, and we all knew this was going to be the end result of what happened. So shout out to everybody for tuning in, listening to the call. Hopefully there's some more we can get into. Ronnie, it's always a pleasure. And like I always say, stay humble, but stay responsibly dangerous.
Respect. Shout out to the whole chat. You know that. YouTube Streets Podcast. Hit that like button if you like something. We out. Peace.
Peace.